Today we are going to be working on a Tommebike Eco that I've been. Let me get this camera right. It's a little bit on the slippery side, so hopefully it doesn't. The camera doesn't actually fall off the pedestal that I had made, a little makeshift pedestal. So I'm trying to get some of this stuff out the way. So yeah, I just tried to upload one, but I guess I didn't have it in the horizontal position. I want it in the horizontal position. It was in the vertical position. So finally got that right. Oh, my daughter is tripping. So no, I had deleted that. That's the reason. Cocoa Biscuits why I had to remake that because I didn't know if I was in horizontal or vertical. But anyway, so we're making a converting this wire harness over to a Tommebike Eco wire harness, far driver 72360 controller. I had to get my oh yeah, man, nope, live. I'm doing it live today, Fred. I ain't, you know. I might do a video on taking your battery, taking those bad cells out, and redo those cells. You know, hey, Judge, see what's going on. Yeah, man, I wanted to upload a video, but I said, well, let me just go do live today, and I just do a video tomorrow. So upload a video later on in the day. So the controller we're working on is a 72360. So we're going to be using our blue wire for our one line. We're going to have a 3-speed switch. We're going to have our brakes. We're going to have our power. They call it a lock, key lock. And we're also going to have our power to our ignition switch. That's also going to go to the display. So, what's up, man? Okay. Yeah, man. So batteries, man. The cells should be here soon. Yeah, man. So I got Coco Man in the house. Okay. Uh, Hold on, Fred. What you saying, man? Look into the one says 80 and the other one says 90. Now we mean 80% and one says 90%. Hey, what's up, electric scooter man? Yeah, man. We're just in here trying to do some. Oh, I need a 7. So I need a 7, female and male. But yeah, we're in the house trying to do some little bit of wire harness. This Tommebike Eco for a customer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 7 right there. Now we need a female. Shoot, that looks like a 7. Could be an 8. Let me see. Yeah, I know they together in parallel. Yeah, I mean, it should be okay, but they both should be reading 90 unless you charge one up, and then charge the other one. You know what I'm saying? Not simultaneously, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got a 7 female. Damn, boy, everybody back in the neighborhood today. I'm using the same frame on this build, but it's going to be a little bit more reinforced because of the battery's going to be very heavy. So I'm definitely going to reinforce that bottom end, and then the top end is going to be reinforced with thicker metal. And to be honest, I'm just waiting on the rest of the cells and a active balancer that we putting in there. Might need a little bit more copper nickel to complete it. So I'm basically gonna need all this right here. So one of my subscribers asking me was I was gonna make these harnesses for sale. I don't know, I wish I could, but it'll be nice if I had the layout of the throttle, the NB power throttles, because most people There will be, hey, what's up, Nick? Oh man, yeah, man. You know how it is, man. Up here doing some wire harness. All right, so so we got male now. We need some females. So we're gonna be adding throttle. We're gonna be adding our power, communication, 3-speed switch all in one. Okay. Oh man. Let me see. Think so? What's up, Stone G? What's going on? Oh man. Hey, you see here, man. I'm trying to get caught up on these work, man. I got this eco that I gotta build, ship on out. I got 3 bikes in the back for a customer up in Tennessee. I gotta do. Um, my boy's gonna come. My friend's gonna come next week and help me try to get those figured out and everything, so I can go ahead and so the customers will come and grab those up. So let's see here. I guess I'm gonna put so the 3-speed switch power. Let me see. Oh, okay, okay. You upgraded your bike. That's good. That's what's up. So I like to start off with a So it's gonna be a positive and negative. So I'm using the alarm. I'm using the alarm side, and we're going to be using that power to actually try and make it clean, because usually I had those let me see, I usually get the power source from an individual wiring and then I put it in with the harness, but this time I'm tapping into the alarm side, since you know, you can get your own alarm system and customize it however you see fit. uh, Dang, I don't know. Usually when those batteries are like that, usually they throw them on a charge and they usually wake up like that too. Um, there, you got my number still? You got to call me, man, and see what's up. So Fred, let me see what Fred got going on. You got to call me, Fred. How would you know it? Just put a voltmeter on it and measure. You shouldn't have a bad battery that fast, to be honest. All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna use yeah, you're right. You gotta have an alarm system on. I got one of mine though, but it's, you know, it's one of those standalone alarm system. You know, so it's not really um, integrated in the bike, where you know, where it senses motion, it goes off, and they try to lock the wheel up and everything. You know, all that jazz. So we're doing what's going on, man? Hello. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Oh yeah, I think Coco Business got a backup camera for, I mean, not one of those cameras you can see behind. So yeah, man, this journey, man, has been coming along crazy. You know, just starting off doing a 3,000 watt e-bike to a full blown, like, god dang, I gotta build bikes for people. You know. Oh yeah. Muhammad, what's going on, man? Yeah, brake lights, security alarm, everything. So this is what I like to do. I like to do my negative. I mean, you can do this how you see fit though, but I like to do my negative first. So I throw that in there, and then I like to do my positive. Okay. I always like to do the negative on the end, and then for the third wire, I'm gonna do the lock. They call it a lock. This is basically power to the controller. What's that now? Oh, yeah, man. Coco Biz got a lot of accessories on this bike. I mean, its handlebar is completely occupied. uh, Mark, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, man. Been working my butt off today. I'm trying to work my butt off, you know what I'm saying, get some of this stuff done because I want to work on my son's dirt bike and get it done. All right, so now I did the lock. That's what they call it, but this is makes it a key lock, they say, and I like to do that in third. Okay, so oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. Scott X. Um, you did. Damn. Oh, Stafford. Come on now, boy. I mean, with the e-bikes, you can pretty much beat decent sized four-wheeler. So as you can see, I got my negative, positive, and then our orange wire for to turn on the controller. Now the next is going to be our one line, and I like to kind of run that in the middle. And this is going to be our main wire harness. Going to the far driver controller. My daughter is absolutely crazy. Let's see here, man. Florida's been crazy, man, with the rain. I'm going to be riding. If you notice, I have the Super Ninja back here that I'm going to be putting some brakes on, and I'm going to do some videos. What I was going to do? Oh, hurricane season. I was going to talk about hurricane season because down here in Florida we got a lot of hurricanes, and it's bound to come up. So that's when e-bikes are going to be very important when that comes down to it, you know. Oh, the Gen 1, the Gen 2s are the same. It's just that instead of using the blue wire, we're going to be tapping into this here wire right here. So if y'all notice the Gen 2s, which is the far driver 72450, I believe the 680 and the 890s, they're just kind of the typical the blue ones. They're going to be using this here brown wire. Now you can see you have a blue and red wire, and then you're going to have a brown wire. Now I forgot who told me about that. I think Gary Johnson out of Econic Cycles. I think he the one that told me about that. So shout out to Gary Johnson. Also shout out to Ryan Goodyear because they helped me actually get my bike up and going. And then I had some help from Michael Atkins. He has a group called Far Driver Tuning and help. So those three individuals, they really helped me out, and you know I learned from them on how to do this stuff right here, you know. I don't know if they're going to see this video, this live session, but yeah, you know. So like I was telling everybody, you know, like a lot of people make mistakes. You know, I made my mistakes, you know, and you know, people, you know what I'm saying, people kind of, got mad at me a little bit, upset, you know what I'm saying, and feel like I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, some of this stuff I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying. I got in this stuff 2 years ago. I think 200 something years ago. Hey, Brett, what's going on? Yeah, you got to tune the display in, you know what I'm saying. So you got to, those displays, you got to really tune in the circumference and the pole pairs, man. That's one thing I like about the DKD display. It's a lot involved. You got to just have your speedo, your GPS, and you got to have your display, so right in front of you, so you can kind of get those almost within a mile an hour or two of each other. You know what I mean? So it is a more involved with that display. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get that. Like I said, I'm gonna get that T-shirt. It's gonna have e-bike guys. Gonna say "Powered by Haters." You know what I mean? I'm gonna have a couple of slogans going on now, sooner or later. But it's basically a joke. It's nothing serious though. Yeah, I just gotta go to a T-shirt person and So, anyways, let me get that. Let me silence my phone because of the fact that I was getting a lot of. They won't let me silence it. So, guys, if y'all hear beeps and stuff on my end, I can't really mute my notifications to my phone. So, and I'm trying to do that. Let me see if I can. Let's get right here. It will not let me do that for some reason. Oh, there we go. All right, so let me hold on, guys. I am messing up real bad, and I am trying. There we go. I got it. Can y'all hear me? Y'all got me? Okay. All right. So silence that up real quick. All right. So let's continue with our wire harness. So we have our negative. We got a positive. We got a lock for the controller. We got a communication. Our one line. Now we're going to do a 3-speed switch. Now here's what I like to do: a 3-speed switch in a different, in a certain way. Okay, so if anybody's watching, they want to, do their own harness, and figure out the 3-speed switch. Then let's see here. I ain't gonna be on too long. I'm just waiting on my wife to get home so I can go to Walmart. I gotta purchase a head strap for a GoPro. It's a little hot in here because we don't have no AC in this back room, and my daughter's in her room. I usually have that door open so I can let the cool air in and I can be cool, but that's the, if y'all see me sweating, that means it's hot in here. Oh shit, I'm about to do the wrong one. I was about to do the wrong ones. Alright. So anyways, let me see what's going on. I just hope yeah, so let me take this off. I'm gonna put this right here. Alright. Okay. Alright. So I got that right there. Because it was slipping on that damn other pedestal. Alright. Let's get down here. Try to get it real close. Because I don't want this thing coming off. So we got this is a high speed. And then there's the black one. Basically, I'm going to show y'all what I mean by these two. Okay. So this black one is more like a short. Let me get this on and I'll explain this to you right quick. You do? Oh, Timu. Okay. Yeah, we might have one down here in Sebring. I don't know. But definitely want to check that out. But I'm gonna explain something to you about the 3-speed switch. All right. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I like those stickers, man. But my Tommebike, well, my stickers is gone now because my son got my frame. Okay, so choose no, I ain't got no QS motors here, man. If I do, they pretty much reserved for somebody, or I'm using them. You know what I'm saying? But I wish I could have a few in stock. But anyways, here's a 3-speed switch. So you have your black, you have a yellow with white, and you have a blue with white. So now our blue and white is our low speed. Our yellow and white is a high speed. So if you short these together, that's going to activate our low speed. You short these two together, that's activated high speed. If you leave these open, that means open circuit. So all three of these open circuit, that means that you in mode 2. Okay, so oh man, yeah. So mode 2, this is mode 1, mode 3. Okay, so I just wanted to show y'all that. So I like to do mode 1 first on our harness right here. Sometimes these are a little bit pain to get in. So once they are like that, I usually take a little bit of needle nose pliers or something like that, and I help it pull it through. I got to grab the actual needle nose pliers in my RC car box because I use them for a little bit of a something for almost everything. got that in. Okay. So, and then our black's going to be in the middle. And then our yellow is going to be at the very end. Okay. Come on. Okay. So there you have it. So just T connector. We have our negative, positive. Now, negative is going to go straight to the display. Positive is going to go to the on and off switch, which is going to power, when you turn it on, it's going to power the display. It's going to send power through this orange wire, turn on the controller. We have a one-line communication. We have a low-speed switch. We're going to have a high-speed switch. And our black is just going to be our short. So that's going to be our bridge. So we bridge those two, bridge the, two of the wires together. That's going to activate our high speed or our low speed. And it's going to fit in just like that, Yeah, I sure want me I'm going to get me a couple of shirts made, and I want to sell them. So I do have some merch on, it's not Shopify, it's a different Teespring or something like that. Not Teespring. Anyways, so I got some merch on that, man, but I don't like how the fabric's made. So I have an E-bikeguy sweater. It's in the closet, and I like the cottons. I like the cotton. It's almost like it's made out a little bit out of polyester or something like that. So I'm just not liking it to that, Our throttle. So now we need to do our throttle. Now the throttle is a little tricky because, or we're using the NB power throttle. Sometimes we gotta use a Surin throttle or a domino throttle, and the so I'm gonna show you how to do that, and I'm gonna show you how to do the brakes, our low brake function. All right, and I think that's gonna be it for yeah. All right. Woo. So I gotta go over here and I gotta grab a throttle. Lonnie, you need to open the door. Daddy's melting over here. I need to open the door. Just for a little bit, okay? I'm sweating over here. All right. You're good. Don't close the door. So here we got our regular NB power throttle. So I need to go ahead and get a diagram of this. Okay, so this got a male. So we got male in. So we have our signal, got our negative, and we have a positive. All right, so now we need a 3-prong female. So we have one of those. Now we're gonna have a car driver controller harness, and then we'll cut these two out. Where are you going? Where are you going, Missy? Little Missy, close the door. Jesus Christ, she just go out there and leave the whole door open. I'm supposed to get cool, and she leaves the door open. Seems like it's going to rain today, but to be honest, man, it's rainy season, hurricane season. I mean, it is almost everything in between. So, is everybody working, hardly working? I mean, what about, Scooter Man, what you got going on today? Matter of fact, how's your bike coming? Because I know that you was building something that was going to be pretty fast. So, I haven't seen the video, or at least you uploaded it, and I haven't got a notification. I believe I subscribed to your channel, but I haven't gotten a notification. So I was wanting to know how's that bike come along, and if you rode it, how does it feel? All right. So guys, I got 2 channels now. I'm taking over E-Bike Kids channel. I'm gonna be doing a lot of RC car stuff, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but mainly gonna be RC cars. It's mainly gonna be about mostly RC cars, and then some e-bikes, and then some other jizz, that he wants to do, like Legos and stuff. But I'm gonna be doing some reviews on some radios, receivers, servos. Also gonna be probably gonna be doing some little bit of flight, my helicopter. So I'm gonna be working 2 channels. So expect to see some videos upload every week on both channels. So I'm getting him into it, and so yeah. Oh shoot, there it is right there. So we got this. We're going to have our throttle going in here. I said, man, I decided to go live, man, so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. You know. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, go on over there and sub. You know what I'm saying? If you want, not gonna beg nobody. One thing about me is that I don't know how many. Well, I didn't ask nobody to sub. My son was doing my editing, so he had like please subscribe and all this stuff and up button. But not one time y'all hear me out of my mouth saying please subscribe to my channel. I say if you want to, you can go ahead and sub. Like, you know, say for instance, E-bike Kids channel. We got a little bit of stuff going on over there. Most of that's gonna be unedited. You know, maybe a little bit, but not too much. Because it basically is, you know, but, you know, kids, I'll be there, you know. Like today, we're going to be doing some videos of his new RC car that I just fixed. I'm still waiting on parts to come in. And, Hannibal, what's going on, man? Well, I haven't really went nowhere. I just haven't been uploading lives. I've just been super busy with all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, car troubles, people saying their battery's not right and all that kind of stuff. So I had to deal with that, and so yeah, it's been really been a headache, and I had to remake batteries, and that actually had to come out of my pocket and not the business. So you got a hub motor you need fixed, and what kind of hub motor you got there, my friend? All right, so let me match this up. So we're gonna have our red. So we're gonna have. Oh, come on, which one? There it is. Oh, okay. I know, man. I know. You know what I'm saying? They just got to me, you know what I mean? I'm when it comes to stuff like that, man, I'm sensitive though, man. But I gotta stop doing that. You know, gotta stop doing that for real, man. Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay, that's not in. Come on, get on in there. So, gotta make sure these things lock in there, so they won't come back out. You know, when you're doing your harness and stuff. So right now I have our main switch, our main harness, our main connector. Throttle. Now I'm going to do the brakes, and then I guess the rest of these we're not going to need, but we're going to definitely need our connectivity, because I don't know if it's Bluetooth or not. Anthony, what's going on? Hey man, ain't seen you in a good minute. All right, so now we got to do our braking. So we are going to take female. So they're going to take female. So we need our so we need female, and then we need one more. Need 4. So we need a total of 4 of those. I dropped these, by the way. That's why I have to dig in here and get most of these little connectors out of here. Here. I almost sound country there. I just thought about that. Oh, man. Okay, you don't want to come out like that? I'm about to just... These connectors, almost like a barbed wire fence, man. Alright. I get it, you know, Coca Biz, I get those from my supplier. As a matter of fact, I need to get one for my 1800. I'm just going to redo that one. So when I get my new battery built, I'm just gonna, cause I'm gonna do away with the. I'll show you. Let me just get these out real quick. I have one. Nope. Nope. All right. All right. Where are you at? Where are you at? See, I don't know if I have another one of those left. Those are, I use those a lot. Those female ends. I use them burgers a lot, man, for those brakes. So I don't know if I have any more of those left. I mean, I do have a lot more of these JST connectors, but I might have to order some more because I used to hell out those. Trying to look for them. Let me see. Where are they? Ah. Here we go. Nope. Damn it. These are for throttle. Okay, so that's for throttle. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me see. Oh, Cash App. Okay, so the Cash App is Jacoy Little 1. I have to spell that out for you. It's JAKOIELITTLE 1. And that is the my Cash App. No, I mean, not especially important, but just to let y'all know. Oh. Because I don't charge nobody for advice, man. I mean, like, if anybody needs some advice on how to get something going, definitely not going to charge nobody for it. I'm not that of a gold digger. I mean, Jesus Christ. But I do like the support. I don't know, Anthony. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade to 96. I'm an oddball person. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm an oddball person. I don't want to be like everybody else. That's the reason why I created a Tommebike or a bicycle like I'm doing. I know it's kind of approaching its limits for its battery capacity, motor spacing and all this stuff. And that's another reason I'm going 84 volts. Because everybody's either on, 72, 96 or, higher voltage than that. And the common voltage is, from 36 to 72. I mean, that's what we mostly see on YouTube, as far as e-bike goes. So, and 52 volts is pretty good. You can go 60 mile an hour on 52 volts, but you got to have the amps to push it. Yeah, it's going to create a lot more heat. Might be a little bit less efficient, but wings probably some fighter jet wings, like a stealth fighter jet wings. Oh man, so I need one more. Yeah, that's how I am, man. I just want to be a little different, man. If I can help it, I just want to be a little bit different from from the average person, because let's just take the Surron people up in New York. Most of them running 96 volts on their Surrons if they can. And those bad boys are very popular. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it, because I don't want to get another person mad at me when I say something big. I am gonna make a video of our DIY people, and I'm not talking about DIY is building motorcycles, electric motorcycles, or big ass batteries and stuff like that. I'm talking about we take an average bike, no matter how cheap it is. It could be from $68 to $500, and turn that bike into something special that they created. Okay, because there are some people that don't like us DIY guys like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. They like the people that take a Surron or Teleria, anything like a motorcycle, fly e-bikes, and then make something out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't fit in that type of deal. Like it's like a discrimination against people that makes a pedal bike into electric instead of taking a motorcycle frame or whatever and making something out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's on the same principle, but just let me give you my opinion on that. So my opinion on that is that right now, and this probably politics have to play into this too, right now that laws is in effect. Okay, matter of fact, in Tampa or St. Pete, they had a group ride over there. My friends was telling me that is that they was going to confiscate all those electric dirt bikes that don't have pedals on them. Okay, the guys with the pedal bikes, they free in the clear, and they can go up to 80 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, but they have a pedal bike. They actually have functioning pedals. They have a functioning derailleur, you know, bicycle parts. You know, it doesn't look like a motorcycle or a dirt bike. You know, there's places for everything, but most places there ain't no places for that type of vehicle or EV. You know what I mean? So if that was a place, sure, I have one. My son wants one right now. My son wants a Surron. You know, I have nothing against Surron, but I can't ride it here. I can't go on my bike and go down 27 like I do my Tommebike, my Icon. I can't do that with a Surron. I get pulled over faster than anything. I would get pulled over just as fast as I would if I took my four-wheeler and went down the highway. You know, some places in Florida you can do that, like Cocoa Beach, or not Cocoa Beach, but West Palm Beach, down in Miami. They can do that stuff right there because it's lenient. It's more lenient here down there than it is here. You know, so that's the reason why I do what I do. You know, and it kind of irritates me when other people they have they arrogant ways and put us down like we don't know what we're doing or we building crap. Well, guess what, bro? It's my crap. You know what I'm saying? That's my junk. I built my junk. You can go ahead and build yours. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna represent everybody that do their own thing when they build their own bike. They go and source their own batteries, and they go out there. They go to Walmart. They go to Target, Amazon, wherever you get your bike from, and they take their bike and they build something out of. No matter if it's a 1,500 watt e-bike or all the way to an 8,000 e-bike like I got. You know, it is based on a platform, on a bicycle platform. How do you think this stuff started anyways? It didn't start with a Surron or a step armor. It started as e-bike conversion kit. When you go on Amazon or AliExpress or anything like that and you search e-bike conversion kit, guess what you're going to find? You're going to get hub motor. You're going to get a controller, throttle, display. Sometimes it might come with a battery, you know. When you type in e-bike conversion kit, you're not going to find a fly e-bike with a controller, motor, hub motor, and all that stuff. You're not going to go out there and find a Surron with a, you know what I'm saying, with a kit. You got to, you know, source your own parts and everything for. You're not going to find that. It's going to be a complete, or it's going to be in the box. You might have to put the front wheel on and everything, but that's different from e-bike conversion kit because you take in this kit, converting your bicycle into an e-bike. You know. Yeah. That's how this stuff started. When I first started, matter of fact, Cocoa Biscuits, Anthony, all y'all, when I first started this channel, I never heard of a Sunrun before. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of a goddamn Start Bar or Teleria. You know what I mean? You either had a scooter or a push scooter or e-bike conversion kit. When I first learned how to do this, all I seen was e-bike conversion kits from YouTubers, Mikey Two Hands. Let's see here. All Things Electric. Let's see who else I was watching. There was a lot of people. I was watching. You know, I'm just giving you, just give you a couple of names. Even Wrong Way, I watched him a little bit. Even Wrong Way got reviews on e-bike conversion kit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was one that it looked crazy because the battery was freaking huge. But it was more of a drifter bike than it was anything. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't got nothing against none of the bikes. More power to them, and I had to ride with them. You know what I mean? But like I said, when I started this channel, I didn't see no Razor MX650, RF650 converted into an electric with a mid-drop motor and all that stuff. Never seen none of that stuff. It was always e-bike, converter kits. Mostly 1500 watts. I never seen one. I've seen one with a 3000 watt, but it was never one over that until I got to All Things Electric, and that's the one that inspired me to build the first bike I did with the QS205 on a 29-inch wheel, and I had a Salvatore 72 150. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. Hold on. Oh man, my bad. But yeah, man, like I was saying, so and that's why I like watching other people's builds. You know what I mean? And I like to give them the encourage to keep doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just when I see other things like the the Surons and those motorcycle looking e-bikes, that just like that ain't, you can build a battery, you can put a whole motor on it. It's not more involved into putting your brakes on. Make sure your display is all nice and tight. Getting a nice cushy seat. Selecting your pedals. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of pedals should I put on my bicycle to make it a little bit nice? Oh, what kind of derailleur? Let me show you something. Let me show you something that's going to go on my bike. Just to name a few. So I selected these pedals for a customer. This is the new derailleur that I'm going to have is a SRAM M30. Now this is a new derailleur that I'm going to be putting on my Tommebike icon. I don't know what the hell I'm going to name that, with the 108 amp hour. I didn't even open this up. They're just still in the box. But we're going to open it up now. I might put it back though. But now my guy said at the bike shop, said this is more durable than your typical Shimano Tourney TZ derailleurs, you know what I mean? So, and it's made out of plastic. This was made out of plastic. Let me see. So this guy here is all plastic. Now this is gonna fit real nicely on my Tommebike icon. So I like that. Has the red wheels on it. M30 by Sunrace. Looks very technical, to be honest. It does look nice. It looks technical. Let me turn some light on. Okay. There we go. Now y'all can see. There you go. Now you can see. It's about to rain out there. So it's all plastic. It still have our high gear. It has a low gear adjustments. It has a in the back has a derailleur, your hanger adjustment too, so you can bring it out some. But like I say, this thing is pretty plastic. 7-speed. Says advanced composite. But yeah, so this is what I'm. Yeah, so this is what I'm be putting on my bike. So that's my. Also, it comes with a traditional hanger for those huffy guys. Okay, so we got our I wouldn't say cheap, but it's for the low budget big box bikes. So it comes with that. So that's a nice touch right there. But usually the ones, the more advanced ones like my Schwinn or the Outroad bikes, they usually come with the screw right here. And I think this is 6 mil or it's a 5 mil Allen. Yeah, it's small. Yeah. Matte black. I didn't know that. Yeah, but it's all plastic, so it's not metal like your typical Shimano derailleurs. So here is a brake kit that I got for this, the Tommebike. So this is made by CXWXC. All right. So try to get this color coordinated real good. So we have our gold, has our reflectors, has these nice little spikes right here. So your foot. Now the bad thing about these little boys, if your foot slip and it comes around to catch your ankle, you're gonna get scratched up like a cat. Okay. So yeah, so it has the little washers inside here. I think it comes with a toolkit as well. Oh, it don't come with a toolkit. Usually these pedals, they will come with a I think it's an 8 mil. So I have 8 mil, so you can screw that on your pedal, your crank arm. But usually they don't. They usually come with that. But I get the Ingways, I think, pedals. So yeah, man, that's the beauty of it though. That is the beauty of DIY building your own e-bike because of the fact that you can pick and choose which style that's going to fit your characteristics in building your e-bike or building, you know what I'm saying, or modding e-bike, wherever the case may be. You can do that, and nobody can tell you otherwise what you can and can't do. That's another thing about it. You know what I'm saying, like somebody I heard said that there was a bunch of Surons and one-ups and bandits and you know all those e-bikes, and they made a comment on so oh there ain't no you ain't gonna see no cheap ass pedal bike in this group. I'm like, what? But that's not my place to say anything, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, yeah, oh yeah. Matter of fact, Coca Business, I'm going to send you that. I'm going to send you that link, okay, to what I'm talking about. But no, I didn't like that one bit. I didn't like that one bit. I think that was a disgrace. It was down. It was undermining our DIY guys in the building on e-bikes, and it's somebody that I've been having beef with for a long time. So I ain't gonna say no names. Person know what I'm talking about. I just I'm not a violent person, but man, it really bothers me when because I would never do that. I would never put a video and display anybody that's on a Soron or a motorcycle type e-bike. I would never do that. That's not me. That's not how I even roll. You know, I like everything. I like everything. You know. As a matter of fact, you don't see too many of those here where I stay at. That's like seeing a Surron coming down the road is like seeing a Lamborghini going down the road. And that's how rare they are here. You see a lot of GOAT power bikes, you see a lot of DIY bikes like mine's, electric, the XP models. I've seen those. The Anokis. A lot of people got the Anokis, and then you got the weird off-brand bikes, you know. But other than that, yeah, I like the red wheels on the derailleur. I like that. I can't wait to put that on oh, here she is. Yeah, she's what's up? I'm live. I'm going live. What's up?
I'm tired.
Tired already? You had plenty of sleep this morning. You got up at 8.
And when I unloaded a 1,500-piece truck
I told her I was gonna help her. See, I said I was gonna help her. She said they got it.
No, you can't legally.
I know.
Y'all.
Yeah, I know. That's
We had 3 call-outs today, and people gotta stay all night.
oh wow. Dang, Jacob said. Let me see what Jacob was saying. Most thinking paying $15,000 for a Sunrun. $15,000 for a Sunrun. I'm gonna tell you something now. That's what makes us humans. We all have a whole different type of way of thinking. But if I had $15,000 in my pocket right now, I'm definitely not gonna go spend on a Sunrun.
What?
I'm gonna buy me a Cadillac. That's just me. And when it comes to that, I'm gonna buy me a car. You know, and $5,000 for a shop e-bike is also, yeah, it is ridiculous. It's also crazy because five grand. I mean, Coco Biz, what you think of that? 5 grand. I mean, you spent that type of money on e-bike, but what you got what you paid for, right? So this man down there got an 80-mile-an-hour e-bike for 5 grand. You can't go to Trek and get that type of power for 5 grand. You know what I mean? You can't go on AliExpress and get a Stealth Bomber clone with a QS273 and a 72 or 40 amp hour battery that can do 80 mile an hour for 5 grand. I mean, you know, they're cheaper than that though. They're actually cheaper than that, but they're not going to do no 80 mile an hour. I think the most I've seen on what's that guy named E-Bike Adventures. I think he had one, and he had a 200 amp Cybertron controller with that QS273. I think his was a 2T. So he had a high speed hub motor, not a 3.5, but a 2T motor, and only can barely do 65. The Tommebike Junior Pro can do that on mode 2. Pops in mode 1. Can be sitting on their recliner watching TV doing 65 miles an hour. With a 40 amp hour battery using Samsung 30T cells. You know what I'm saying? A QS205 and far driver 72530. That's a lot of amps though. That is a 350 amp controller, 530 phase amps. So that's a lot of power on a Tommebike. That's down there really on demand on mode 3 on that bike. You know. So if you ride that bike, imagine stepping up to just the OG Tommebike. And that's using a far driver 72850 controller. Or the Legend that's using the 890 controller. I think they discontinued those controllers. So we might have to go with something else with that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, okay, guys. So tell me, what kind of controller? I know there's a lot of controllers. I know there's a lot of vest controllers. I know that, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of the ASI controllers out there. And you do have your Sabaton controllers, you know what I'm saying. There are some good controllers as well. But for the money, I mean, what controller out there that you can buy on a budget that can put out a lot of power? Okay, $450. I got an 850 controller for far driver. Now I'm not talking about nobody else. That's the only controller that I use other than the Sabaton controller because that's in my budget. I can't go and afford a $1,500 controller, a Beck 8000 from ASI, or a nuclear controller. You know what I'm saying? A vest controller. Those controllers cost a lot of money. $1,500. MBX controller, a KO motor controller. Those controllers cost a lot of money. I mean, they're what 1,300 phase amps is only that. You know, 600 amp. You know, but you're talking about $1,300 for those controls, almost $1,500. You know, now when you come performance now, when you go in far drive, when you going up in the game with the 1200, 1800, 2600 controllers for far driver, you're gonna pay for that. But you're then getting a drag controller. You getting a controller that for a drag bike, and pair that with a QS268 hub motor with a nice 96 volt, maybe 100 some volts, with a nice in parallel, so you don't want to get that voltage sag, and some good gauge wires. You got yourself a damn rocket ship. You know, it's not really the rocket scientist to make it, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the most important thing is money. If you ain't got money, you ain't got nothing, and that's a shame. You know, how it is, but I don't have money. I mean, I do. I can manage, you know what I'm saying, to survive. I can go to Walmart and get my son some milk or, you know, something to eat, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was back in, you know, let's see, 2020, when I was homeless, where, you know what I'm saying, and I was living in my car and everything. But thanks to y'all supporters, you know what I'm saying, I can manage now, I can live now, you know what I mean? But back what I was saying with these controllers and these batteries. Have you know you on 18650 battery store, they actually went up on the P45Bs. Then $7 for those cells now. And I believe like the P42As like $3 and change though. But still. And they kind of slowed me down a bit on my battery because I got 400 cells. 400 and maybe 20 cells down here. And they went, you know what I'm saying, they went up on the cells, and I'm like, damn, man. So in order to get 176 cells I need to complete my battery, I have to pay over $800, which is I don't have that. I don't have $800 right now. So that's going to be on the back burner. So I have the Super Ninja I'm going to be riding right here. So I got Super Ninja. I got the White's bike. Actually, the Super Ninja has got a new fork. I don't know if y'all seen that. I'm going to move the chair. So this is the Super Ninja right here. This is E-bike woman's bike. Now the brakes are a little toast. They're a little short. So I got to change these out. So these are the original brakes that came on the bike upon when I did the review. And so they lost pressure. They lost a little bit of pads are worn out a little bit though, but they still stopped. And 180 rotors. It had a nice hub motor, but we didn't want to upgrade this bike. Now it has a 3,000 watt hub motor, 72 volt, 26 amp hour battery. My bad. And then far driver 72 360. So hold on, let me see. Oh yeah. I didn't know y'all was even commenting, man. Oh, god dang it. So I need to get a tripod, guys. I do. I sure do. So, okay. I also have to do this today. Also have to do this right here. So this is a head. This is my son's off of my son's dirt bike. I had to actually take these little shims out. So how I did it, I had to put the cams in. I was going to show y'all this right quick. So I had to put the cams in. Okay. And then I had to put the covers on. These little covers. And then I had to put the screws in. And then I had to take a filler gauge and get those proper, they call it valve lash or whatever we call it, but clearance between the bucket and the cam lobe, so that way the valve won't be stuck open. It makes it harder to crank. Okay, so I got that done. So I'm doing a lot of work today. I wouldn't say I'm a jack of all trades, but I do know my way around being a dad that works on a lot of stuff. So anyways, so I'm into that. RC cars, e-bikes, you know what I mean? And let's see, I think we're okay. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do this e-brake, the e-brake right here. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna wrap it up for today, for today's live session, because I know a lot of y'all gonna ready to get up out of here. I'm boring y'all and everything, but I think we had a marvelous conversation today on about DIY e-bike conversion kits. Been in existence for I don't know how long, or how it's God knows when, way before they started doing all these these hop-ups on these dirt bikes. It's just been a while for a long time. Dinosaurs. E-bike conversion kits, they've been like dinosaurs compared to modern stuff. Oh, so what I got to do here, this time I'm gonna do this one right here. I got to split this. So I'm gonna the wires that I cut off. Okay. Now this doesn't really matter which way it goes. Okay, guys. So that's why I want to let y'all know. I'm trying to see if I have some wiring that I can use, but I usually just get the wire like from this. This is how I salvage most of these wires right quick. All right. All right. So, talking my head off, man. So it doesn't matter which polarity these is. This is a short. So you short these two together. It just activates regen. So it doesn't matter. You can mix and match these. Okay. All right. Now what I usually do when I get done with this, I'm going to cover this up with glue, with hot glue, and that's just to keep the wires from like frailing or coming apart easily. So that's why I usually do. So you can mix and match this if you want to. You can do gray. You can do the gray and yellow and green. And how I like to do this, now they're not going to fit in the connector, so you need to twist these really, really good. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to get our female. Okay, female prong, already call it. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to just squeeze that sucker on in now, just like so, and we'll clamp it shut. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere. Same thing to this one. black and purple. And now you can have your front and back rear brake to active region. Some people just like to do one. If they like to do burnouts, they will just do the back, leave the front open so they can hit the front brake and do a burnout. Some people rather have that. But I like to have both because I don't do burnouts. I do donuts. Okay. I need to make a video. A lot of people don't see the live session like that, but I really do need to make a video on that topic we discussed, like the DIYs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so a lot of other people can disagree or agree, make comments. I just don't want to start any controversy of anything. It's more of a, what I'm saying, or any type of debate, which one you rather prefer, because at the end of the day, it's not really that, so I'm just letting people know that, or get a word across that e-bike's been around for a long, or e-bike conversion kit's been around for a long time, so I just want to let a person know about that. I mean, 108 amp hours on a bicycle. Now I know there's a lot of bicycles that have, that, 100 amp hours or more. But man, do you know the range on that? Do you know how far I can go? I can go pretty far in the 90 amp hours. I can imagine the 108. Holy crap. And guys, so my battery. Now it's an 84 amp hour, 84 volt battery, right? But look at it this way. We're going to do the technical details about it. So it's 24S, 24P. You see how the numbers are the same? 108 amp hour, fully charged is 108 volts. Huh? That's ridiculous. That's like all even numbers. There's nothing odd about it. That's crazy. And I just thought about that, like, what? I don't know why I got that type of configure it like that, Oh man, that's nuts though. Yeah, 108 amp hours, fully charged, 108 volts, and 24S, 24P. Yeah, I think that's something right there. So anyway, so we are done with our harness so far. Okay, we have our main connector, we have our throttle, and we have our e-brake that we're going to be keeping. We're not going to use this. We're not going to use this. These three plugs we're not going to be using. So it's going to be pretty much simplified. This is going on a bike, not a motorcycle. So usually when you have a motorcycle, you probably want to keep the rest of the stuff, like your reverse, your cruise control, your alarm system, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got to buy a motorcycle that's probably weighing as much as a motorcycle that's running on gas. I mean, and it's licensed and it's insured. So if anybody can even steal that, I mean, there ain't too many people that got electric motorcycles around here. Matter of fact, there's nobody around here with electric motorcycle. Like I was trying to tell you, seeing a Sun around here, it's like seeing a Ferrari Lamborghini. Or or one of those exotic cars, so it's rare to see anybody riding a Telaria or a Sunrun around here, anyways, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that live session. I didn't really get much done as I hoped. Maybe tomorrow, because I had to do some shipping. I had to ship some stuff out today, battery. I had to ship a far driver control out today, but we got our throttle, so our throttle is good to go. We have all our wires coordinated right, okay, and then now we're going to be making the rest of the wire harness. Also, we got a dedicated display. We got to I'm going to show you a little bit more before I go. Alright, so I don't think I have the disc builder on its own. But this is what I use for our DKD display, or just display in general mount. That's going to be mounted to the handlebars, and it just comes with, I don't know why they don't come with a nut, but this is what I use. Okay, so this is what I use to do the mounts. They usually come with Allens, but they don't come with a nut. I don't even know what these for. Oh, okay, I know. So these are probably to screw on the display. That's what they are. But they don't come with, you know, our any fasteners to fasten this on the handlebars. So I have to make my own. Now to come with the screws for this. Hold on. I don't know if anybody. Okay, so have anybody said anything? Because I don't know. I don't know if anybody said anything. Have been you know, writing in the comments though. But anyways, so I have this I got from Amazon. I got an Amazon business account too. So some of the stuff you get on a regular account, you might not be able to get it on the business account, but it's a little bit cheaper too. So it's a little bit cheaper. So this is a, pronounce that word, Thais. That what it says? Thais? Thaisis? I mean, no. Let's say Thai. How about that? Thai. Okay. Anyways. Alright, so this is about, it says 109 pieces. It's a button head socket cap with screws. It comes with Allens. It comes with nuts. It's a Ziploc baggie full of nuts. That's, don't take that the wrong way. But you have, I don't think you have lock nuts, but they come with all the way. You got an M2 all the way to M6. Okay, so 6mm bolts all the way to 2mm. Little skinny ones, skinny little screws. I mean, these things are bony. Look at that. Oh, see, now I can't even hold it. I don't know what we're gonna do with those, but I use these to mount for the fasteners. Now these nuts right here, let's see where they at. I don't think these are it. Let me see. I think these are a little too big. Yeah, so these are too big. So I think are these right here. So these little caps right here, they fit right in the slots, no problem. You can see right there. So it's fit right in there. So yeah, that's what I use to mount these up right here. You know, you probably can get them on Amazon, but this is why I got them from Amazon, and I needed these like really bad. So, all right, guys. Let me see what time it is. Got my tablet here. I usually be watching like Law and Crime Network on there. 2:46. Okay, so I got to. I'm gonna go for right now. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go and do some videos for E-Bike Kids channel. So y'all wanna scoot on over there. Y'all might can watch some of the videos I make with these RC cars and stuff. And yeah, and then I'll be making some videos here too. So stay tuned for those. And guys, I don't know, I can't see y'all in the comments, but I'm fixing to go right now and get up out this hot room. And I will see y'all next time on the live session when I do make one, okay? All right, guys, see you later.